Hey, good morning everyone. Welcome to my channel Vahan and More. Today's review is going to be a different one because I'm going to do a review of electric vehicle. This is from MG Motors, so it's called as MG ZS EV. So I'm going to meet Mr. Anup, who is the owner of this vehicle. So let's go and meet him and figure out about what all this vehicle offers and how it drives and how it's better than the normal petrol engine or diesel engine. Okay, come over. Okay, so this is the vehicle here. It's a glaze red color, right? So yeah, Mr. Anup. Hi, Mr. Anup.
Hi.
Thank you for this interview.
Yes, thank you.
And so this is your beauty. It's a glaze red color, right?
Yes.
It's a electric vehicle. As you can see, there's a badging here, and it's a nice deep red, and it looks very attractive. Yeah. So this is the front fascia, and this comes with what 17 inches wheel.
Yes, R17.
R17
Yes.
as such, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So the stance is all pretty good, and then it's bulky, but at the same time it's comfortable for 5 people, right? With a lot of boot space and very practical car.
Yeah.
So let's find more about this as we drive out. First, what we do is just get to know about the charging part of it. So obviously this is the place, right, where you charge,
Yes.
right? So how do you open this one? Just press it up.
Yeah. So let me unlock it.
Yeah.
Once it's unlocked, then it opens
Yeah,
up.
just to
this way.
press, and then you open it up.
And
And then you can see the indicator also. So
This
right?
is just for the normal 15 amps charging.
Okay.
And then if you're outside doing
DC charge.
the CCS2, then this is the other extension also.
Okay, that's a fast charge, right?
Oh yeah, fast charge.
And
yes.
then there's an indicator here, which
Yes.
shows the indication in
On
terms
the
of how
charge.
much charging and all, right?
Yes.
Okay, great.
It will show on that also. It will show on the charger also.
In the charger, so this is a charger which has been given. This charger
This
how
is just a
much
charging
kilowatt?
cable.
Okay, charging cable.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it is able to handle both AC and DC.
Okay.
It's not specifically for a particular load.
Thing. Okay,
So
okay,
it
fine.
can handle everything.
Okay.
And then MG actually does give you a 7.2 kilowatt AC charger as well for your house,
Okay.
for a wall charger. But the problem is if you're living in an apartment, the apartment's loading goes only up to, usually it's 3.3 kilowatts or maybe up to 5 kilowatts. So the apartments may not allow the installation of the 7.2 kilowatts.
Okay.
So it's just sitting in my house.
Okay.
And then even if you have an individual house, then again the Bescom, I mean most of the electricity boards across the country will be always 3.3 kilowatts.
Right.
So that's why if you want to go to 7.2 kilowatts, then you have to upgrade. Then
yeah.
it changes the slab
Change
rates,
slab rates and all
everything.
this stuff. Okay.
So it all depends on how you
Okay,
want to do it.
okay.
That's why it's probably best for commercial applications.
Okay.
Maybe not much for residential.
Okay.
But
even in the apartment, suppose if there's a common charging facility, then probably that works.
yes, that
Right?
probably works.
Then it works, okay.
Because then it becomes a shared
thing
across.
where you charge. In fact, I've seen some apartments where automatically it's installed right now,
Yes.
and there you have a normal charging and fast charging as well, right? Okay, so this is the infrastructure what you have put on your own, right?
Yeah, this is just a
So
normal.
you just got an extension from your meter board,
Yes.
and then you got the. Can you just open this one?
Yes. This is just a normal 15 ampere socket
Okay.
as such, like our normal appliances,
Okay.
washing machines and everything.
Okay.
So I just put a.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is a normal 15 amps.
Yes.
Okay.
I just took out the supply from the mains, and then it comes.
You just did an
with
extension.
with a MCB here,
Yeah.
RCCB here, just for extra protection, so that
Right.
I'm protecting both sides, right? If anything happens on the meter, it should not affect
Correct,
my car or vice versa.
Okay. So what's the kind of expense you spent on this one? How
Oh,
much you
this
spent?
was not much. This I think I barely
Including
spent.
your extension from the basement 1 to basement 2.
Yes, the cable also, I think it probably about 30 feet of cable. So I think this overall cost something about between 3,000 to 4,000 rupees,
Okay.
which is like a one-time investment.
Right. Okay. Okay. So you just plug it in.
Yes, it just goes in the top side. I don't need the bottom one. Okay, 1 second. Sorry.
Okay.
That's good.
And then
And once I turn it off, then you can. So this also gives me indicators.
this also gives an indicator here. Okay.
So first it tells me if there is power coming.
Right.
Second, it tells me if it's charging or if it's done. And if there is any fault, then this device
Okay.
also will actually catch the fault and then isolate
Okay.
the car and the supply in
Understood.
that way.
Okay, okay.
So this also gives that.
And then there's an
And
indication
this
here
also
as well.
indicates. So right now, yes, based on yesterday. Based
So
on
this is
yesterday-
about what? It's about 80% charge right now?
No, actually,
It's lesser than that.
It's about 30% charge.
30%
right now.
charging, okay.
So that's why it's between the first and second indicator, which means it's between 25 to 50,
Okay.
and then 50 to 75, and 75 to 80.
Oh, okay. That's lab. Okay. So now the next question obviously is this takes about 8 hours to charge?
No, actually, it takes about 14 hours
14 hours.
fully from 0 to 100.
0 to 100, but 0 to 80, which is normally a quicker one, right?
Yes, I mean, actually, the thing is, you would never go down to 0.
Okay,
that's,
okay.
that's obvious,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Usually, the max I have gone down to, or the minimum that I have gone down to is actually 10.
Okay.
That was just one time.
Uh-huh.
But other than that, every time if it's between 15 and 20,
Okay.
I put it up on charge.
Uh-huh.
I come in the evening at around 8 p.m., 9 p.m. I
Right.
put it on charge. Next day morning by again at 7 a.m.
It's done. fully.
almost
It's completed.
not completely, but it's almost
Almost
like
there.
85-90%. So
Because typically from 80 to 100, it's a little on the slower side.
Yes.
That takes more time, right? Which is
That's-
normal
that's
charging
with any
characteristic.
electricity.
Yeah, exactly.
later on.
So the next question is, once you charge fully, what is the range you've got? I mean, obviously, promised range in the brochure says 461 kms. And all. Is that or is it less than that, or is it like
It's always less than that.
Obviously less than
it's
that.
always less than that.
based on driving conditions, habit, and also?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's,
Okay.
I would say this is very much similar to our normal IC engine cars.
I see. engine cars,
Whenever
okay.
you say, for example, you put it in the first gear, you accelerate a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
consuming a lot of fuel.
Right.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
You accelerate a lot, you're consuming a lot of battery.
Okay.
And then that's exactly how the analogy is there in terms of driving habits
Okay.
between your IC engine car versus electric cars
Right,
also.
right.
For me, because it shows the indicator that right now my battery consumption is so and so.
So and so.
So I have got more than 430 kilometers also
Good.
one time.
Very good. Okay.
And
That's on
most of-
highways.
Sorry?
That's on highways or city?
City only.
City only. Okay.
City only.
Okay.
I mean, yes, it actually helps if you are continuously driving, but not necessarily on the highway itself. Even in the cities here and there, if you have decent traffic, then
Traffic.
it's still possible.
Okay.
If it's too much traffic, then yes, obviously it will go
It'll
down
go
because
down.
of braking and everything. But then the curves also helps.
Right.
The kinetic energy regression system. I would
Okay.
say.
Regeneration.
Regeneration system,
Regeneration.
sorry, not
Yeah,
regression.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that works actually anyway.
Yes. So
right?
that also helps.
And there are some multiple levels in that, right? Level 1, level 2,
Yes.
level 3 kind of thing.
Yes. So Curves also has 3 levels. Driving modes also there are 3 modes.
3 modes.
Economic, normal, and
Sports mode.
Sports
Yeah,
mode
I've
is
heard
just
a lot
awesome.
of things about the sports mode. So I don't know, maybe in the highway, have you tried sports mode?
Oh yes.
Yeah, okay.
Every time I charge full, the first time I drive,
I drive sports mode.
drive sports mode.
Have you got challan by anything? No. Okay, good. Okay, so very interesting it is. So which means basically you charge overnight and
Yes.
then have you tried fast charging outside somewhere?
Oh yes, in fact we've been to Mysore and a couple
Okay.
of other places also
Okay.
on the highway,
Uh-huh.
and it feels amazing.
Amazing.
Even when we went to Mysore, actually now Mysore has so many options,
Options,
there. There are so basically for all your electric vehicles. There are multiple vendors,
Vendors,
like
okay.
like gas
Yeah,
stations,
yeah,
like petrol
yeah,
pumps.
yeah,
You
yeah.
have multiple vendors who
Okay.
actually have charging spots.
Okay.
There is Xeon charging, there is static charging,
Okay.
there is Shell recharge.
Okay.
But the biggest one right now, biggest two, I would say, is first is Tata Power.
Tata, exactly.
And second is GeoBP.
Geo.
Geo.
I see. Uh-huh.
Geo actually did a joint venture with British Petroleum,
Uh-huh.
and then they are launching all these. They have, I think, they're investing more than 10,000 crores to set up EV charging stations
Okay.
across India.
Okay.
So the connectivity is actually good wherever they are,
I see.
and they are actually fast charging, which my car.
So you're able to find all this in the Google?
Yeah, there
Map.
are apps. I have apps for all these different.
All this also? Okay.
Different.
What about
providers.
Google Maps? Does it show?
Yeah, Google Maps also shows
It
that.
shows that, okay.
Yes.
Okay, good.
But then, yeah, that's convenient.
Very
and Mysore
convenient.
now has, I think, 4.
So
fast
you have
charging-
not run out of juice anywhere, basically?
No.
When you said 10%, were you a little scared that, okay, it's going to stop somewhere? Or
well-
you were confident that, yeah, somewhere you'll find another place to
Well,
charge?
when it was 10%, I was near Silk Board.
Okay,
So
okay.
I was like, okay, I knew from
Ah,
Silk
okay,
Board
great.
till here, I'll
Yeah,
be
you
able
don't
to
have
make
issue.
it.
Okay.
And that
So
was not a
when
concern.
you go outside, another question which I want to ask you is, let's say if you take, you stop, pit stop, right, when you, for refreshments or breakfast,
Yes.
lunch, dinner. So did you find any places where they have this infrastructure charging infrastructure?
There are. I think there are a couple of restaurants even on the Hosur Road flyover.
Hosur Road flyover, okay.
In that, not flyover, sorry, Hosur Road highway that
Okay,
side. There are a couple of restaurants actually. I mean, especially when you drive towards Yerkard and Salem.
I see.
There are restaurants who have
which is
charging
good.
spots.
So that's very
also.
encouraging actually,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So slowly it will evolve and then you'll find more and more.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Because if you compare to two-wheeler, for example, everywhere they have this battery swap and
Yes.
that's why it's pretty popular. A lot of people have it
Correct.
right now.
Correct.
Yeah, so the same thing might happen for the car.
Correct.
Over a period
And
of
I think
time.
that was the
charging.
main reason why I went with MG ZS. Because of the range.
Range.
Because I mean the other cars in competition to this, I mean Kona also says the same.
Okay, what about Tata Nexon? Did you try?
Nexon also was there. I just didn't like the space.
Space, I see. Okay, this is much more spacious.
Much
obviously.
more spacious, both on the passenger side as
And
well
the
as on the boot side.
is nice. Okay.
So to the family and everything, it becomes
Fantastic.
convenient
Okay,
to do it.
So I think this input is going to be very encouraging for a lot of viewers because obviously a lot of people are a cat on the wall type, right?
Yes,
Whether to
yes.
go for this or go for the ICE kind of thing, right?
Yes.
So if you're saying the range is good and then infra is slowly there and then that really brings a lot of peace of mind to people, right?
Definitely.
And if
The range is adequate, I would say.
range, okay.
The reason why I'm saying that is there are still not that many EV owners,
EV owners,
right,
yeah,
on the road.
Exactly.
So the whatever infrastructure is there, right now it's adequate.
Okay.
But now with this boom going up,
Ah.
if the range does, I mean, if the infrastructure doesn't catch up, then it's
Okay.
going to be a very big problem.
Exactly. Okay,
But
great.
right now it's still fine.
Fantastic. Okay, so good. So I think this 30% what you have right now, it's what? Now it's become second, third.
Yeah, but it will take time, so it's not going to change.
Okay, so what we do is we'll take a short drive
Sure.
and we speak on the way and then see how it drives the switch,
Sure.
right? And then we discuss many more things in there.
Sure,
Okay,
absolutely.
Come over.
Okay, thanks.
Good morning, everyone. Again, so we are going to do the review of MG Motors ZS EV electric vehicle today, and I'm with Anup. Hi, Anup. Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Thanks
Hello.
for this interview again. So,
Sure.
so what we're going to discuss today is basically some of the parameters, general parameters which we cover in this channel, Vahan and More. The first thing, obviously, is what was the previous vehicle which you're driving?
The previous vehicle I was driving, well, actually, okay, the last two were i20 and Nano, and this was definitely a big
It's a
step up.
Big shift then, actually, right?
Yes.
Right. So was there a specific reason why from IC engine you went to electric engine? I mean, electric vehicle.
Actually, after coming to Bangalore, I was very sure that I definitely wanted to go for an electric car itself
Okay.
over the IC engine cars.
Okay.
But as a stopgap, because of all the, I mean, I think this was right during this pandemic, right after the pandemic and all that, when the car shortages, chip shortages, and all of that was there. So that's why I had to get the i20 as a stopgap.
Okay.
But then once this was available, I mean, actually, I booked this last year May.
Okay.
At that time, they were saying that it had a 6 months waiting period.
Right.
Oh, sorry, 3 months waiting period. So I said, okay, good, fine, good for that.
Okay.
And then 4 months later, they said, well, we still don't know when it's going to come because it comes as CBU, right, from outside.
Yeah.
So that's why then I dropped it. I cancelled my booking.
Okay.
And then suddenly one day in December, they called me up saying that we have inventory.
I see.
So I was like, okay, that's good. So now at least I have some leverage in terms of negotiations and all.
Okay.
So then, I mean, I knew I definitely wanted to go for an electric car. Main reason I would say is that everyone wants luxury, right?
Yeah.
I obviously everyone knows the likes of BMW and Mercedes for the luxury.
Yeah.
But then I didn't want to spend 20 like 60 70 lakhs or even a crore to get that kind of luxury. And not when I say luxury, not in just for on the seating or an experience, but also on the driving part, right?
Okay.
I think an electric vehicle definitely gives you that. If it's definitely at par or even better, even compared to any of these V8, V10 engines also. So I think the performance-wise, electric vehicles definitely they're amazing. It all depends on which car also you choose.
Okay.
And then again, internally also this car is quite spacious. It's quite comfortable for all the family members. So that's why we went for this one, other than compared to other ones.
Since you're from Mysore, or which is your native?
I'm actually born and raised Mumbai.
Mumbai, okay.
But I am a Kannadiga.
I'm and you keep traveling quite a bit, I guess, right?
Yes.
Out stations around, right?
Yes.
So did you think twice, you know, if you're outstation, and then with the infrastructure wise, will there be, you know,
Yes.
the charging stations and so on and so forth. So all those factors were considered before you went into this?
Definitely.
Okay.
I think that was one talking point between me and my wife.
Yeah.
But then, as I said, right, the infrastructure is adequate, I would say. I mean, obviously, it could always get better,
Correct.
and it is getting better,
Yeah.
no doubt about that.
Okay.
But then, after a point, it was not much of a concern. Because all you had to do is actually get out of the city and try it once.
Okay.
And then, now that we have done that couple of times,
Okay. So
we
you're
know exactly
comfortable.
how. Yeah, we're comfortable with it.
So it's a very comforting thing for a lot of people who are actually you know, sitting on the wall thinking whether to go for this or go for the normal petrol or diesel vehicle, right?
Yes.
So infrastructure, what you're saying is definitely getting in, falling in place, and
Yes.
there are multiple charging points available, right?
Yes.
Everywhere. And so you would have compared probably Kona and Tata Nexon, right? So can you just tell what made you to shift to ZS EV, or what are the plus points of ZS EV over the other two?
Sure. I think when I was comparing Kona with this one, price point was almost same.
Okay. Kona is from Hyundai.
Yeah, Kona is from Hyundai.
Okay.
Price, and I just felt that was like what do you say, a higher version. I mean,
Higher
when I say axle wise,
Okay.
it was just, I think it's a raised i20
Okay.
in terms of space.
I see. Okay.
There's not
Okay.
much boot space.
Okay.
In fact, we had a different stroller for my baby, and then when the Kona people had come to us, and then we asked them, okay, let's open the boot. We placed the stroller, and that was it. There's nothing
There's
else.
nothing else. Okay.
So then we were like, okay, how do we even
How
go
do
for
you-
trips then?
Exactly.
How do we even go and do anything?
Okay.
So I think that was a big no for
Okay,
us.
so the Kona was mainly more of an i20 kind of specs, is it?
Space-wise, I feel it is like that.
I see. Okay.
I mean, i20 is
price point
obviously
was
quite
also pretty high, I think.
Yeah, price point is quite high.
Very high,
They
yeah.
are like just a lakh less than ZS.
Yes, exactly. Okay.
So,
Okay.
I mean, in comparison, I think ZS wins straight away compared to Kona.
Okay.
And that, I mean, again, from a performance and a space point of view,
Okay.
those are the two main factors, right?
Okay.
So, at least for me, so Kona did not stand there.
Right.
Nexon, yes, I definitely was considering that. In fact, with this Nexon EV Max, when it had come, I think it had come right when I was looking at these bookings, and they were willing to shift me to the EV Max booking also.
Correct. Okay.
The only reason I did not go for that is that I was not very 100% sure about the battery range. Even if they are claiming 431 kilometers, and then they said, okay, fine, you can do Mumbai-Pune round trip, which is about 300 kilometers, something like that. So then, okay, you knew that probably on road you're going to get 300 kilometers kind of a range.
Okay.
Whereas ZS, it's sold obviously
They promised
internationally as
461,
well.
right?
They have promised 461.
So how much you manage maximum?
Maximum I actually have got is 430.
Very good.
430, 440 also almost I've got many a time. So I won't even say one or two times, right? It just depends on your driving habits. And the conditions also.
So this has come with 3 modes, right? I see 3 modes are there.
Yes.
So you have the city mode or eco mode?
Yes, right now I'm driving in the eco mode.
Eco mode, okay.
Then there is this normal mode, and then there is a sport mode.
Sport mode.
If
And
I-
normal is the default, I guess.
Default is a normal one,
Normal.
yes. Yeah,
So
whenever you turn on the
irrespective
car.
of, even if you're driving in eco and you switch off and switch on, it comes back to normal mode. I
Yes,
guess.
it comes back to normal
Okay,
mode.
okay,
Yes.
okay, great.
Actually, there is one thing that everyone should probably know about electric vehicles, because accidents can occur because of that. Don't rely completely on the technology.
Okay.
The reason for that is there is something called as KERS, right? Kinetic Energy Regenerative System,
okay.
which means that every time
You
I
brake.
leave the acceleration,
Accelerator.
it will automatically slow down, and then as in how it's slowing down, it will convert the kinetic energy into potential energy and then charge my battery again.
Okay.
Now the thing is, it will not work when the battery is more than 95%.
Okay. I
Right,
see.
because it does not need to charge.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So it will be turned off at when it is high battery high battery
Got it. Okay.
level, which not many people actually realize.
Realize. Okay.
And if you're assuming, I mean, because the reason is when you are in the curse levels 1, 2, or 3, you're, say for example, right now I'm driving, I leave the acceleration, you can actually feel it slowing down, right? But then in level 0, it will never slow down. It's like a normal IC engine car.
Okay.
And then that probably affects the judgment also then on how much before you should be braking.
Right.
So
That's a very valuable input actually.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And so when compared to when you test drove these
let me try the sports mode for
sports
you.
mode. Wow. Oh, this is like a rocket, yeah. Oh man. Oh my goodness. It's like I'm going on some joyride or something. Wow, really good pulls. Goodness. Oh my goodness. I think there is a
if only
there's a turn we take after the decathlon.
Okay,
that's a nice clean road. I guess we should try this once more.
Sure.
I really felt like as if I'm just taking off. Like, wow.
Yeah,
good.
it feels like a roller coaster ride.
Yeah, exactly. Super it is. Oh my goodness. So if you want to just get away fast from this thing and all, I think it will win the the 100 meters dash also.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah, there have been all these drag races videos with Tesla and Mustang and all these guys. EVs always win in the initial round.
How many seconds it does? Probably around 8 seconds maximum. 0 to 100.
0 to 100, I think about 8.3.
In sport mode.
Yeah, I mean it has to be in sport mode.
Oh, Bob, my
For
goodness.
about 8.3 seconds,
Really
something
good.
like that.
Okay. Wow, I just took off like crazy. Excellent. Very nice. Okay. And have you done a cost benefit analysis over the electric versus the previous vehicle what you had in terms of how much per kilometer?
Well, I won't compare this exactly with an i20.
Okay.
Because I mean, even if you go for a brand new i20, it's still going to be about 15 lakhs on road. This one, when I bought it, after the negotiations and everything, it came to it came to about 26.5 or 27 on road. Actually, that's the best part about EV also. There's no road tax. You hardly pay 500 rupees for road tax. But then
and you also got a concession, right?
Tax rebates.
Tax rebates, right?
Yes. Actually, the thing is, it was there in the previous financial year where they would give you concession of about. I mean, it depends on the government programs, which state you are, and they would give you some concession to give you some discounts and all.
Okay.
But then right now they have taken it out.
You can try your sports mode now again.
Sure. Let me see if
this guy. Yeah. Wow, this is just amazing. He just flies, literally flies. Wow. There's this. You have to be careful. Yeah, they're still doing this road. Yeah, excellent. This is really good sports mode. But again, it kind of drains the battery, right?
Yes.
That's the obvious thing, right? But of course, if you want to have some fun, then obviously you can. Wow, this is too good. Excellent. This is. Wow, it just flies. I'm thinking as if I'm sitting in that, the Abu Dhabi,
Ferrari Grand Prix.
Just takes you off, immediate pull. Okay, so maybe you can, this little bit of stretch is little bad. After that, it'll be okay. Okay, so we were talking about the cost benefit. Yeah.
Yes.
So what is the per kilometer thing? What you
actually? Well, let's look, right? I mean, my monthly usage is say somewhere about, I mean, less than 1,000 kilometers for sure. I don't think I'm driving that much these days. But then, obviously now that I've connected to my house meter only, my electricity bill that has gone up is barely 350, 400 rupees monthly right now. But again, it depends on the usage also. Even with say 1,000 kilometers, if I'm using probably, I don't know, if I say basically I have to charge 2 times, right, completely, so that's still going to be like 100 units, and 100 into, I think probably right now the rate is 8 rupees per unit. So it's going to be about 800 rupees.
Very. I mean, if you compare the benefits, what it offers, I think it's negligible, right?
Yeah, I mean definitely that's the thing. 800 rupees for 1,000 kilometers.
Because the maintenance is literally zero.
Almost zero. And just the the consumables, right? Like the brake fluid, the power steering fluid.
How often you do that? I mean, what is the frequency?
Once a year it has to be. I think my car, I will complete a year now. So it's already taken care. I think the first 5 service.
So you bought last December?
Last Jan. I mean this Jan. Yes. So next month I will complete 1 year. So even with MG, for the first year, 3 free services. and then they give an option. Okay, if you want to extend it to like say the free 7 years or free 3 years kind of a thing.
Okay.
So you just pay another 7,000 rupees to just cover it up completely, all consumables also along with that. So I was like, okay, that's a good deal. Why not?
Correct.
As I said, I mean, for me, when we bought it on the road, it was about 27
27
lakhs.
27 lakhs.
And now I think the price.
Now there is an offer going on for the Decembers.
Yes.
There are about 2.5 to 3 lakhs. They're
Rebates,
talking rebate, right? So somebody who wants to go and buy, it's a best time to go and buy. And
Yes.
after now hearing from Mr. Anup all the benefits, right? I think you will not have any doubt in terms of going for this particular car, because there's a solid offer this month, December year-end offer, right, from MG. They've been shouting all over the place saying that we have so much of discounts. So I guess 2 to 3 lakhs is a good this thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's one. And then as I said, the now obvious question, right now it's about a 1 year.
Yeah.
Did you have any issues at all in this car in terms of some mechanical issues or some irritating, niggling small issues? Anything of that sort?
Nothing of that sort.
Nothing of the sort.
I actually just gave a few pointers here and there in terms of their software updates.
Okay.
Which I think one of them they actually had incorporated,
Okay.
or maybe I was too soon to give them. I mean, they were also preemptive in that, and they put that in the software
What was that?
update.
What was it like?
I think it was regarding one of the indicators. That whenever you have the indicator on, then the camera comes up, and then I can't do some of the functions. something like that.
Okay.
So I had given that point. I had given a few other points also.
Okay.
I think like reverse camera. Whenever you turn on reverse mode, the camera comes up just on the screen, and the volume automatically it subsides down.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So
This guy, how he's driving. Okay.
yeah, my colleague calls jokers.
Jokers, yes, I know. Really, you and I call the same way when somebody overtakes or Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was one issue. Okay. And there's an inbuilt navigation on it, right?
Yeah, there is actually an inbuilt navigation. It's from Map My India. But I mean, you have Android Auto. I have never used any of those services. I've just done Android Auto all the time.
Okay.
So it works.
Okay. So as you see here now, we came on a very rough stretch as well. So obviously this the suspension is on the milder side, right? So you didn't feel that too much of hard bumps as such, which is good basically for city as well and the highways.
Yes.
Did you find comfortable driving?
Oh yeah. In fact, when we drove to Mysore, I think that expressway is also such an awesome thing.
Awesome thing.
It really feels like you're driving outside the country. It's that kind of a level over there. So even the roads, I think especially outside Bangalore is just amazing. If you go to Mysore side, you go to Hosur side, you go to Kolar side, it's all amazing. You go to Tumkur side, amazing side.
So fine. So that was from the suspension point of view. So mileage we talked about, and what are aftermarket fitments did you do after buying for 27 lakhs?
Yes, I did. I mean, it was all inclusive of the deal.
Okay.
Because they gave me some credits for accessories also.
Okay.
I think these covers you can see, right? These covers, we put extra.
Okay.
So
most of
the
it,
mats, I think it came.
Okay. So
then outside there are some.
Did you do any polishing outside, body polishing?
They had done that when we bought it, but after that I have not done regularly.
Not done anything as such. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. Okay. And there was no major mechanical issues because hardly anything is moving in the system. And I found one more thing. When you started the vehicle, I was thinking whether it's really there's absolutely no sound. It was very quiet, completely quiet. And when you're driving also, we could see the NVH levels is pretty good because we couldn't hear anything from the outside traffic as well.
Yes.
So that way it is pretty insulated as such, right?
Yes.
Insulated. And this is a crash tested 5-star car from GN-Cap. So it's completely safe. Comes with 6 airbags.
6 airbags.
6 airbags. This is so there are 3 versions, I understand, right? So you have the
now you have 3.
3. What is this version now?
This is the exclusive.
So
the base is Excite. Then there is exclusive, and now they're calling it exclusive Pro.
No, there's also D or something.
Dual tone.
Dual tone, but I didn't see any dual tone in the brochure because there was only 4 colors what I saw.
Yeah, so dual tone is actually inside.
Oh, inside.
So right now everything is black, right?
I see.
Dual tone has beige and black.
Oh, I see. Okay, so I thought maybe the dual tone is basically the dual tone outside.
No, it's just inside.
There's only 4 colors it comes in, right? So what I was saying is basically, it's a very good electric car to go for, and it's a safe car. And how is the service part of MG Motors?
Oh, it's actually
because I guess in Bangalore, I did a Hector's review. We are about 4 service centers in Bangalore. 4. Yeah, I think it's about 4.
Probably.
So one in the Madhepura
Electronic City.
Electronic City, and
Yes.
then one in I got one of them from the viewers today,
Okay.
saying there's also one near Yelahanka side.
Acha, okay.
So how was your experience from the servicing part of it?
Oh, it's really nice.
First
I've
of all,
always-
booking for a service and then picking up the vehicle. Do you drop or they pick up?
One time I did drop, but other than that, I just did the pickup drop service.
Okay.
Booking is a challenge because they have so
You have an
many.
app, right? You have an app where
Yes.
you book it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's in the-
iSmart.
iSmart. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Booking is a challenge. Getting a slot itself is a challenge.
Okay.
At least you have to plan like 2-3 weeks
So
ahead.
weekends is a problem. Oh, 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
they got so many cars.
Okay.
MG is doing very good in
Okay,
India,
yeah,
in
okay,
Bangalore.
okay.
So they
Okay.
get so many cars. So yeah, I think getting a slot is
I see.
one
So you need
challenge.
to plan in advance, kind of thing. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
This will be barely 3,000.
Great. Okay.
Servicing.
What about your wife drives this car?
No, she sits behind.
She
She
behind.
sits here. I'm the
Is
chauffeur.
she drives normally or she doesn't drive?
No, she doesn't drive.
Because what I'm trying to check is in case of the ladies also, they are comfortable
Yes.
driving this, and that's what I was
Yes,
checking.
yes. My sister has driven.
Okay.
She liked it.
Okay.
There's no doubt
There's no
about
issue
it.
with us.
No, no.
Okay.
And she also liked it. They have an Audi
Okay.
Q3.
Okay. Did you race with the Audi?
Oh,
in
no.
the sports mode?
I didn't.
Okay, great. Okay, fantastic. So I think we covered the rating as well. We talked about J and
Yes.
cap rating, service part we talked about. So service, typically one day they return back the vehicle, or you
Yeah.
need to. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's not an issue. So service, you don't have any complaints.
No, no, no.
Dealership, any complaints?
No, no, no.
No issues.
No, no. Dealership. This is
All good?
This was from JP Nagar,
JP Nagar.
Jubilant Motors.
Oh yeah, that's where even our last Hector's review also he picked up from there, I believe.
Okay.
And so highways you don't have an issue. City you didn't have. Did you do a hill drive, dart driving, hill drive,
Hill Drive.
hill stations?
No, I did not go to Yerkad yet.
Mhm.
Well, we rented a car, separate car.
Okay.
I mean, and something.
Okay.
Maybe that's the next thing I need to do.
Next thing you have to do. Okay, so
Yes.
I guess
I've
you
not
don't
been
have an
doing
issue
hills
there
also.
because from this kind of pull what you have, you will not have an issue. About
In fact, this has a hill assist kind of a mode.
right.
I don't know where it is,
Okay,
but there is a
we'll
mode
go through
somewhere.
this interiors as well. Okay,
Yeah.
so I guess the drive part we have heard from Mr. Anup right now, so I think it's very good. There's no complaints there. You looked at the multiple sport drives what we saw right now at the demo. I think that was excellent, in fact. And then maintainability and other things. Obviously, electric vehicle is very less maintenance because that's the best part of it. And how often? What is the guarantee battery? Is it 5 years, 6 years, 8 years?
8 years. 8 years or 1,60,000 kilometers.
1,60,000. Okay. And is there a buyback guarantee?
No one will do that.
Typically do that.
Do they?
Nexon does it. Yeah, Nexon does it.
Buyback of for the car.
Yeah, no, the battery part.
Battery? Okay, I haven't heard that.
They keep advertising that something like they can after 8 years they can buy back with some water bomb.
Could be then. Could
Okay.
be. Maybe we'll know after.
So yours
8
is
years.
8 years. 8 years is yours.
That's a standard battery,
life.
for
Okay,
everyone.
standard battery life. Okay, so what we'll do now is a quick interior video. We'll check in terms of the facilities what this particular car offers, and then probably drive back home. Okay, so come over. Thank you so much, Mr. Anup. So let's do an interior.